Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Portage la Prairie Fire Department. My name is Corey, and I'm a Portage firefighter. As you can see, I'm wearing my mask for COVID safety, just like you guys do at school. But since you guys are way over there and I'm way over here at the fire hall, pretty safe I can take this off right now while we chat. It's October, and every October we have Fire Prevention Week. And this year we're going to talk a little bit about the sounds of fire safety. And the first sound we're going to talk about is smoke alarms. Now, smoke alarms are our first line of defense against a fire. And this is a picture of a very big smoke alarm. Now, all of you should have working smoke alarms in your homes, whether it's an apartment or a house, wherever you live, you guys should have smoke alarms in it. Now, whether those smoke alarms are on a ceiling or on a wall, you should all have them. And what a smoke alarm is basically a big nose that smells for smoke and fire. That's its only job. It just sits on the ceiling or the wall, smelling for smoke and fire. And when it smells that smoke and fire, it makes a loud beeping sound. And it's telling you there's smoke or fire and it's time to get out. Just like the fire alarm systems at school. When you hear the fire bells go off, they're loud, they're telling you to stop what you're doing and go outside. So when you hear the smoke alarm at home, we want you to do the same thing. Stop what you're doing and go outside. And the smoke alarm, it'll make four loud beeping sounds. And it's telling you there's smoke or fire. And those loud beeps are loud enough so if you're playing, you hear it, or if you're sleeping, they're going to wake you up. We'll show you what a real one sounds like. This is a real smoke alarm, not as big as the picture. Now, these will be on your wall or your ceiling. And again, all it is smelling for smoke and fire. And when it goes off or the smells it, this is what it sounds like. It's loud. And it's telling you that there's smoke or fire and it's time to get outside. And when you get out, you go outside and you stay outside until a grown-up tells you it's safe to come back in. Now, after the smoke alarm goes off, or the fire alarm, and you're going outside, if there's smoke, we don't want you running through the smoke. We want you to crawl underneath it. So if you can see the picture, it's black. The smoke is black. It's yucky, it's going to make you sick. So we want you to crawl underneath the smoke, crawl on your hands and knees. When we go to a fire, you guys crawl out, we crawl in. It's the safest spot for you or for us. So we want to make sure that you crawl on your hands and knees underneath the smoke. Now, every room in your house should have two ways out. For an example, you have your door to your bedroom, maybe you have a window. So two ways out of the room. So if there's smoke, too much smoke to go out, we can go out our second way. Schools, you've got the door and then you've got your hallway. You can go left and right. So you've got two ways out, two different ways. So if one's blocked by fire, we can still go out the other way. And the fire alarm system, the smoke alarm at your home, it'll give you enough warning that you'll be able to get out one way or the other. So we want to make sure when the smoke alarm goes off, we go outside. If there's smoke, we're going to crawl underneath it where it's safer. All right? Remember, always have two ways out of every room. When we go outside, we want to go to what we call a meeting place. And that meeting place is the same thing like you guys have at school. When you have your fire drills, you go out to the playground or the parking lot. It's the same spot. Your teacher takes attendance to make sure everybody's there. So you want to make sure that at home, that you have a fire drill at home too. So when the smoke alarm sounds, you go outside and you go to your meeting place. Now that meeting place, it could be anything. It could be a big tree like the picture. It could be a fire hydrant, a lamppost, a fence, the neighbor's yard. Whatever it is, we want to make sure that the whole family knows where that meeting place is. And then when you get there, somebody takes attendance to make sure everybody is safe. And then once that all happens, then you want to make sure you phone the emergency phone number. You guys know what the emergency phone number is? Yes, 911. That's the emergency phone number. If there's a fire, you call 911. Somebody's sick or hurt, you call 911. If there's something bad going on, you need the police, you call 911. It's the emergency phone number. So, we want to make sure you all have working smoke alarms in your homes. We want to make sure that when you hear those smoke alarms, you stop what you're doing and go outside. We get out and we stay out. We never go back inside until a grown-up tells us it's safe to do so. If there's smoke, we want to make sure we crawl underneath the smoke. We don't want to walk through it because, like in the picture, the smoke's black, yucky, and yicky. So we want to make sure we crawl underneath it. And like I said, it's the safest place. You crawl out if there's smoke, we're crawling in if there's smoke. All right? Once you get outside, we want to make sure you go to the meeting place. That meeting place, just like at school, can be a big tree, something where the whole family goes and you take attendance, just like at school. So have a fire drill at school, home, just like you have fire drills at school. And that'll make you and your whole family safe. Also with Fire Prevention Week, we're hoping to bring the safety house to some of your schools and put the grade 2s and 3s so we can practice some of the stuff we've talked about today. So before I say goodbye and let you guys continue on your way, I'm going to introduce you to another firefighter. His name is LP, and he's going to show you guys what we wear when we go to a fire. As you can tell, LP is French, and he's going to throw in a little bit of French as he's putting on all his stuff. So LP is going to start with putting on the boots. Obviously, we got to have rubber boots because we spray water on fire and we want to keep our feet dry. So we have rubber boots at the bottom. They also have steel toes and steel bottoms. So if we step on glass or nails or anything, our feet are going to be protected. You know, or another person steps on your toes, then you're fine. So he's putting on his firefighting pants. And those pants will protect us from the water. They'll act like a rain suit inside. They're going to protect us from the dirt and the grime. And also there's a layer in there that's going to protect us from the heat of the fire. The jacket has the same 3 layers. It's going to protect us again from water. It's going to protect us from the heat of the fire. And it's going to keep us clean. So LP has his gloves and that. He's also going to put on our breathing apparatus for you, so you can see what we wear when we go into a fire, so the smoke doesn't make us sick. So we call this our air pack or breathing apparatus. It's like a big backpack. It weighs about 25 pounds. So for some of you, it'd be like giving you guys a piggyback around. So in this bottle is breathing air, same air that we breathe around. We just put it in the bottle so we can take this into the fire and we can breathe safely. He's just getting his mask. He has to put the mask on so that we can breathe the air through it. So remember when LP came out here to put it all on, he was just wearing regular station clothes. It's the same guy. He's just wearing all this extra fancy stuff to go to the fire. So if we show up at your place, you don't need to be afraid if we're dressed like this. It's the same person you saw before he put it all on. He's just going to look a little funny and he's going to sound even funnier. So you're going to hear a loud beep. So the one bell you heard it's a low pressure alarm. What that does, it tells us if our bottle gets too low and we want to make sure we're outside where it's safe. The other alarm is attached to what we call our personal alert safety system. That means if he stops moving and gets hurt, the alarm will go off and it tells the rest of the firefighters that there's somebody hurt or injured and we have to go look for them. So as you can tell, he sounds a little different. So for those of you that might know, he sounds a little bit like Darth Vader. If you don't know who that is, ask your parents. They'll be more than happy to tell you. So if we show up at your house all dressed like that, don't be afraid. Don't ever hide. We'll come find you. Okay? So again, we hope we will be seeing you shortly. Once COVID's all over, Fire Prevention Week, we hope to see some of you at the safety house. Anyway, we hope that you all keep fire safe.